I mean, I still feel very confident in my ability, and I still think I'm the best. I almost always like make the better judgment call when you need to be really clutch. And I see a lot of other mid laners like mess that up, and I think.
Well, congrats on the win. That was a hectic game. I kind of wanted to just reverse back because I didn't get to talk to you like at week 1 or during the off season. What was your off season like? And yeah, what did you do in the off season?
In my off season, I was playing a lot of League initially, trying to get rank 1, and then eventually NA solo queue got the better of me. It really like destroyed my mental. So I unironically went from like, I don't know, I must have been like 1700 LPs, so it was like around top 5, all the way down to like fucking Grandmaster, because I just completely lost my mind. I was like, wow, like this game is fucking dog shit. This region sucks. So that was like what most of my off season consisted of, like just grinding a lot of League. And then I took a break right before the season started, was trying to chill out, like do real life things. Yeah. And here we are, I guess.
What real life things did you do?
Basically just a lot of errands. Like during my whole pro career, I haven't really taken care of all the like necessities. So just like a lot of like bank related stuff, like investing, like all the kind of like the boring stuff, but the stuff you should be doing.
Financial security.
Exactly, yeah.
You didn't have a bank account? What the fuck were you doing with all the Jax checks?
Well, now I have 2.
All right, there it is. Okay. That's the secret, y'all, to financial success. Have 2 bank accounts.
Exactly.
And you make twice the amount
Exactly, that's
of
how it
money.
works. I think.
The team's a little different, right? You had Rich come on in, Diamond come on in. Solidly now with Tomo moving forward. Does this stability help out with anything, or you know, how has it helped?
I mean, it's definitely helped. We are 1 win away from having same record as, or same wins as last split. So in that sense, it's a big success. And we're just doing a lot better. I think our scrims are also looking a lot better. Like we are actually like very competitive with the top teams now, and even beating them in practice. So that's good. Whereas last split, we were just plain shit. Like, there's no other word for it. We had a lot of problems, and that's not to say we're like a great team yet. We definitely have a lot of things to work on. I mean, today, you can look at today's game, there's a lot of hiccups, I guess. But I mean, things are going better now,
And it's always tough to, again, kind of ask about those things like during last split.
Yeah.
Now that you're on the other side of it, that was one of your losingest splits of your career.
I believe so, yeah.
How did you handle that? Like, what were some of these new discoveries? Because you've been from success to success, and failure was losing in the finals.
Yeah.
Now failure was like, please give me more than 3 wins.
Yeah, I think, you know, I've had a very long career.
Yeah.
And one thing I realized is sometimes you're just gonna have to go through losses, and it's just a part of it, really. You know, maybe I experienced it a bit more than I expected in terms of like losing a lot more than I thought I would.
Yeah.
But I kind of just realized that, like, you know, at some point I can't always be winning.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I could, but it can definitely happen that you can end up losing a lot, and it's just part of competition. Like, teams get better, players get better, so it's hard to always stay on top. So I just try to not take it too harsh myself, and realize some things out of my control, and the best thing I can do is just work on my own flaws. And if the losses comes, then the losses comes, and as long as I keep trying to improve and do the right thing myself, then I won't feel too disappointed.
Yeah.
And I mean, the truth is, in League, there are some things that are going to be out of your control, because it's 5v5, it's a team game, right? So that's not to say I'm coping and that like everyone around me fucking sucked. But you know, I just tried to focus on the things I could and accept that, like, yeah, this is going to be a tough split. Like, probably won't, you know, even if we do make it to playoffs, we're not going to win. Like, we were just not good enough. And
that I wasn't taking the coping angle. It was just, it made me think, was there a period in your career where you felt like you were just going to win all the time? You'd been on Cloud9, then over at TL, and then with your break, you go back to Cloud9, win a championship. Like, that's a pretty like star-studded career of just success after success.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, I definitely thought I would always be on like a top 3 team, no matter what.
No, but was it you were the reason why it was a top 3 team, or your caliber of play would provide you a top 3 team, if that makes sense?
That's a tough question.
Yeah.
I think it's a bit of both. I definitely think, I obviously have the quality to be there, but because it's so much of a team game and everyone being on the same page, everyone making the right decisions individually, like, it's hard. I mean, I for sure thought, like, when I joined Dignitas that we would be like a top 3 team, even with the previous roster, but
sure.
I think I got a reality check.
Sure. Speaking of new changes, you have Rich in the top lane. Talk to me about Rich.
Yeah, I mean, when he first came, I was like, Korean top laners, they're usually like pretty good, but he's definitely surpassed my expectations. I did not think he would be this good.
Yeah.
Because he was like the all-star pro at some point in China, sorry.
In China, yep.
But then he got benched and no team wanted him, so I was like, that looks a bit fishy.
Yeah.
There must be like some reason, like attitude problem, like something must have happened there, right? But he's actually had a really good mental, and he's like consistently like performing well. Like I feel like anytime I see him playing against another top laner, he always outperforms him, even in practice. So I've been very, very what am I looking for?
Impressed
with him. Yeah, he's definitely impressed me a lot.
And then kind of wanted to get on you and where you're at now. How do you view yourself in the current crop of 50 LCS players and the 9 other mid laners?
Yeah, I mean, I always evaluate like my own skill and compare myself to the other mid laners because I think that's important. I need to see the things they do better than me and vice versa, right? And I think, I mean,
you're a vet now.
Yeah, I'm definitely a vet. I mean, I still feel very confident in my ability, and I still think I'm the best. I think there is things other players do better than me.
Sure.
But I think when it really comes down to the split decision making, I think that's where I shine the most. And I almost always like make the better judgment call when you need to be really clutch. And I see a lot of other mid laners like mess that up, and I think that's like my edge on people. Like I've played for so long, I know the limits of things. Of course, I'm not a perfect player. Like I realize there's definitely things I need to do better, but I mean, I still feel really confident about my play. And as you said, I'm a vet. I've been playing for a long time, and I don't feel like that's holding me back. Like, oh fuck, I'm old. Like it's time to retire, and I can't do it anymore. I still feel on top of my game.
Yeah, very similar. This sounds super similar to what I hear every split from Solo when he's moving to another team.
I mean, maybe we're just coping, but that's how I feel.
No, you both are still performing at a pro level, and like again,
we're still on teams. So
we're still on teams. Yeah. So I wanted to close it out with, as someone who's been playing for a while, tell me a story. Think of a story about an old teammate that isn't playing anymore, so that there isn't beef. Oof. Or you can tell me a story about someone who is playing on an old team.
A story?
Yeah, just any story about a player. What I've heard, and the reason why is because I hear this all the time. It's like, LCS, they don't have any stories anymore, or it's just like all this stuff. And I was like, we have guys that have been playing forever, and then we can start opening up that box of some of the random stuff.
But maybe it's supposed to be hidden for a reason.
Don't tell me that story.
Okay,
tell me one that you
can
leave
those out. Okay, I need
we
to
all
think
have those stories, man.
Oh man, a story about a former player.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it's like super interesting, but I think when I thought of like ex-players, the one that like stuck out to me the most was Sneaky for some reason. I just had a lot of memories with him, and I remember one time we were in China for Worlds.
Okay.
And we were
2017. Beijing.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. Wasn't Beijing. But
what was it?
That might have been the finals.
Oh.
We didn't quite get there.
It was Wuhan. It was
Wuhan and then Guangzhou.
Play-ins, right? It was play-ins.
Yes, and the first part of groups. Yeah.
Okay.
So when we went to Guangzhou, I hope I'm saying that correctly.
Guangzhou, yeah.
We're gonna go get McDonald's.
Okay.
So we went to the hotel lobby, and we were just like sitting there, like I don't know what we were waiting for, but then there were some people there, like it was like kind of big hotel lobby.
Sure.
And so like for some reason, like some fans came up and like asked for a picture, which is pretty normal, right?
Yeah.
And then once that happened, it like triggered an effect. And then like everyone just swarmed us to the point where like we were literally like just stuck there. And like security had to come and like pull us out because like we're not gonna like move from there. And I was just like, wow, this is crazy. Like I could never imagine this happening in NA. Like no one wanted to come up, and then as soon as someone did, people just came from nowhere, and I was like, where did all these people come from? Like there was barely anyone here. It was like someone like just sent like a fucking signal, and everyone just swarmed us. So then security had to like escort us out, and I was like, whoa, okay, this is crazy. Like, yeah, it just reminded me that damn, like the fans in China, like they were like so passionate, I guess.
Yeah.
But also maybe like shy initially.
Yeah.
But that was just like a really cool experience. Like there's something I've never really experienced before, and I was like, damn, like I guess this is what it's like. Like that really made me feel like, I don't know, important, I guess, in a way. Like it was a good feeling.
You were captain of America's team at that time.
Yeah.
Definitely. Or I guess both of you guys were captains, co-captains. How many, was it like hundreds?
I couldn't see because they were like literally everywhere. Like it was just, I couldn't see around me. So the security came and like pulled us out because we were never going to leave there. Yeah. Pretty much, yeah. And it was like 10 p.m. as well. So I was like, damn, like what did these people come from?
You were in Cloud9 stuff, obviously?
Yeah.
Okay. If you were in normal stuff, they'd still look at you guys. You guys look a little different.
Yeah.
Man, we could do this forever. I feel like you have stories like that on days, but you know, we'll let it go there. Again, congrats on the win, congrats on the start. Thanks for sharing about last split and your teammates so far. Do you have anything to say to your fans and Dignitas fans?
Thank you guys for supporting me and the team. You know, obviously not satisfied with how last split went, but hoping to turn it around for summer, and hope you guys will keep supporting me and us.
There you go. Jensen, thank you very much, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. For more, keep it locked here on Legened Esports.